I want to share a story with you, one that might become the most important lesson you ever hear about money. It is a simple story, but behind it lies a wisdom that can change a person's entire life. Once in a small village far from the noise of big cities, there lived a young man. Every day he worked with all his strength. He woke up before sunrise, spent long hours in the fields, and returned home exhausted each evening. Everyone admired his hard work, but deep inside, he carried a question. Why doesn't my life change, no matter how hard I work? Why is my tomorrow no different from my today? This question lived in his mind for years. He tried working more, working faster, working harder, but nothing changed. His money disappeared as quickly as he earned it. It felt as if money refused to stay with him. One day, while walking near the mountains close to his village, he noticed something unusual. Rows of trees stretching across the hillside. The trees looked different from one another. Some were young and small, others were tall and majestic, and some were strong enough to have survived 100 years. But despite their differences, they all shared one truth. Every one of them began as a tiny seed. At that moment, something sparked inside the young man's mind. Perhaps the answer he had been searching for all his life was right in front of him. He thought, maybe wealth works the same way. It doesn't appear suddenly. It starts small. It is planted, then it grows. This thought became the first seed of change in his life. Days passed, and he kept thinking about it. He realized that if a person spends all the money they earn, nothing in their life will ever change, because a person who eats the seed will never have a tree. So he made a promise to himself. No matter what happens, every single day he would save a small portion of what he earned. That portion would be his seed. At first, it seemed too small, almost meaningless. But as months and years went by, something incredible happened. The small seeds he saved began to grow. He didn't just save, he learned. He improved his skills. He invested in things that created value in his life. Slowly, his income grew, and then grew even more. But the biggest transformation wasn't in his money. It was in his mindset. He understood that true wealth doesn't begin in the wallet. It begins in the mind. Because if the mindset doesn't change, money arrives and disappears. But when the mindset changes, money stays and grows. Years passed. The young man was no longer the same hard-working boy from the village. Quietly and steadily, without showing off, without chasing attention, he had built his own foundation of wealth. He had become like the trees he once rooted, steady and secure. One day he returned to the same mountain and stood among those trees again. With a calm breath he realized, all of this began with a seed, and so did I. Most people imagine wealth as something big and sudden, like a miracle. But the truth is this: wealth is simply the result of small decisions repeated every day. To save instead of spending, to learn instead of ignoring, to invest instead of wasting, to stay disciplined instead of giving up. Wealth is never an accident. It is the outcome of mindset, knowledge, and above all, discipline. And the most important part of this story is this: you do not need something big to begin changing your life. All you need is your first seed. Your seed can be $1, $5, $10, or even something small you choose to start today. What matters is allowing it to grow. Everyone who hears this story should remember, money itself does not make you wealthy. The way you think about money does. Wealth is not having money. It is having money that works for you, and true wealth is possible for everyone, for children, young people, and adults alike, because anyone, at any age, can plant a seed. So remember, never eat the seed. Plant it, protect it, let it grow. One day, when you stand in your own forest of opportunities and look back, you'll realize the truth. Small steps create great wealth.